Hi, my name is Bella Dumont, and today I'm going to be presenting the Langston Hughes watersheds. And um, first question is, what is a watershed? It is an area of ridge of land that separates water flowing to different rivers, basins, and or seas. And right here I have a little graph of how it works, and it rains, snows, I mean just precipitation in general, and then it ends up flowing into uh, rivers and creeks, and then those creeks and rivers lead to like a bigger either lake or bay, and then they usually end up in the ocean. So, what's the difference between a storm drain and a sewage drain? So, the water has to end up in the creeks and the rivers some way. But I mean, with how our metropolitan areas are set up, we put storm and sewage drains in to prevent flooding and help just clear up excess water. And see, a sewage drain carries more wastewater and solid waste, while the storm drain just carries water. So when it rains and stuff, it's more likely to go down a storm drain than it is a sewage drain. But in like metropolitan areas, they tend to have more sewage drains than they do storm drains because more people is more waste, and yeah. But a more concerning difference between the two of them is that, unlike the sewage drain, the storm drain doesn't have a filter. And most, if not everything, that goes into the storm drain ends up in the Chesapeake Bay, which is bad because then it can harm wildlife and end up just killing um, animals and polluting the water. So, um, I mean, that's why there's grates on it to help prevent like big things getting into the water, but it doesn't help everything. So, so with Langston Hughes, it's in the Difficult Run watershed, which is right here in Fairfax County. And right here, it shows, it's all the, rivers and creeks that are within Difficult Run, and the protective areas um, are highlighted, and little star indicates where Hughes is. Um, the surrounding creeks of Langston Hughes, these are them. Over here, north of Langston, that's where Lake Anne is. So if you notice that this entire green part is highlighted, that means that it's a very protective area. And yeah, and so then south of Hughes, about south and west of South Lakes, is this creek, and it's also very high. It's very green, and they want to protect it a lot. And in the protective areas, they just make sure that it's like a clean area, so then it doesn't end up leading into the Chesapeake Bay and creating more pollution. Um, So this is a more zoomed in picture focusing on Hughes. And again, north, where there's this cluster of blue, you can see where Lake Anne is. And then the two yellow pieces, those are parcels, and a parcel is a piece of land that's considered to be a part of an estate. And if you notice that, like, outlining Langston Hughes is the sewage are storm drains. And how Hughes is set up is that it's kind of in the reason that there's so many storm drains is because the way that Hughes is set up, it's like there's a very big hill behind it, so that if there weren't a lot of storm drains, then it would cause flooding, and um, it would cause flooding, and that would uh, increase damages when it rains. And the little black dots, those are like where the drains would be, like the little grates and stuff. And then the blue is just those outlining storm drains. And the little uh, brown lines, those are sidewalks. And if you look where most of the sidewalks are, there is like a storm drain like right next to it. All right, well, that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening and have a great day.